Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the best harem dramas that I've watched. And I am going to start off this video with talking about Empresses in the Palace. So let's get into it. Empresses in the Palace is one of my favorite harem dramas, and the reason why I like it is its exploration of the harem women and its exploration of why the harem women acted and behaved in the way that they did. Even some of the greatest villains and worst characters in the show who essentially acted as witches can be empathized with because they are groomed to sleep with the emperor, to raise children for the emperor, and to never set foot outside of the Forbidden Palace from the day they enter to the day that they die. And we see the journey of Shen Huan as well, and how she grows and learns to not be um, naive in the way that she perceives the emperor and her environment and love. And she grows from a lover girl essentially to a stern woman who understands that the world is cruel and she has to work strenuously to navigate the world that she's entered. And in order to do that, she goes through a lot of tragedy. But I think as well, Empresses in the Palace teaches us that women have suffered throughout history, from all places in the world, from all continents, from all ages. Women have suffered immensely. That's not to say that men have not also suffered, but when we focus on women-centric dramas like Empresses in the Palace, we really get to see the ways in which women can be controlled by sex and power, and how sex and power are linked, and how it links to politics and families and nobility and bloodlines, and how women are tied to this no matter what kind of home they're born into, whether they're a maid or whether they're a noble woman, and all women are affected by the system. And I think Empresses of the Palace explores that very, very well, and it explores how a good person can become twisted by evil just being placed in a circumstance where they are essentially like a rat in a cage, like a rat in a scientific experiment. And it's one of my favorite dramas because I think psychologically I empathize with all characters, no matter how cruel, no matter how evil, from the very good to the very bad. Everything they do makes sense. The characters are completely humanized, which is very different to some characters in, Zanziers, who are villains, who you can't empathize with because they genuinely act rabid, essentially. But the characters in the show act rabid, but there's always a very good reason as to why they act the way that they do. And I can't help but be astounded by the script writing, the OST, the costumes, and as far as I'm aware, the historical accuracy. I would highly recommend Empresses in the Palace. And if you have watched it, I'd love to hear your comments on what you also thought about the show and what you also took from the show. If you like my videos, please subscribe and comment as well. I'd love to hear from you, and click the like button as well. Thank you. Bye.